What I want to do today is I want to start with quality targets and rubrics. And then what I would drift over to is quality assessments. And what I find is there's a loop between these things. I wish somebody had said to me years ago on the staff I was on, I was in a high school where there was quite a bit of conflict over zeros and do we allow lates and do we allow retesting. This is what I strongly encourage people to do when I'm on the road, and that is start with targets. Start with the learning targets. Very few people can disagree with a focus on the learning targets or the learning standards. And sometimes people have to come to their own conclusions about the grades. I'll show you what I mean. I started by establishing targets and also some rubrics, and I'll cover that. Then I realized my tests weren't giving me the kind of data I really wanted, data specific to those targets. So I changed my assessments. I'll show you that today also. And finally, I had a loop saying, okay, here's the targets. Here's how my students did on those targets. Well, myself also. I can't count myself out of the room because I'm with them. This is how we did on the targets. Now I know what I need to focus on more because I'm getting good data. So what happens with that is this. One of the byproducts of establishing clear targets and having assessments that match those targets is your instruction improves. And I used to hear that said, but I had to see it for my own eyes. Because if my students are good at the causes of the Russian Revolution, they're doing well on the events of the Russian Revolution, but when I get data back, oh, the historical significance, that's where they're generally weak. Then I can go back and I can change my instruction. I could speak slower and louder, for instance. Right? Or you could actually do something different because you're getting data back on that. And I thought at every one of these stages, you guys, I was finished. I came back in 2006 and I'm from Portland conference with Rick Stiggins and I made clear targets. Okay, I'm done. No, I need to change my assessments to match those. Okay, now I'm finished. It was only after I put all this work in as a high school teacher, I was teaching primarily grades 9 and 12, that's when it dawned on me. Why am I taking 10% off per day for things that are late? Why am I assigning a 0 to something when I know the person knows more than that? I know that they have a level of understanding. I'm using it as a penalty. Maybe I should stop that. Why am I grading homework when I have no clue who's doing it?